Welcome to LOCKBEARD Phenomena number 9, Hoaxer, Biscardi. It's another one that's a little bit of old news. Maybe many of you remember, and it's another one that the more recent scammers and hoaxers and liars and thieves should pay attention to and learn their lessons from. Annette, welcome. Thanks for dropping in. Lester, hello. So, as many of you are probably already aware, I saw a need in all this. You know, I've been interested in the topic of Bigfoot since I was too young to remember. You know, you see the in search ofs and all that stuff on TV, and they talk about this thing out there, and everybody tells you it's a myth. But I don't believe it's a myth anymore. And the most maddening thing about all of it is all of these people who are out to use you to make money, and that's all they care about. They don't care about getting to the bottom of this question. That's what I want. That's why I studied so many different subjects my entire life, trying to learn the answers to all of the mysteries, all of the questions. But these people, like Biscardi, are standing in the way. They muddy the water. They deserve to be pursued and exposed. And many people in the Bigfoot community don't want to push too hard. I get it. You know, they're going to, if they're a YouTube channel, they're going to lose viewers. If they're selling a book, they're not going to sell as many books if they don't play into the game and play into the story. Give people the mythology, that they want. Play into what they believe. And it's unfortunate. It should be about finding the truth, not about confirming what you want to be true. I mean, which do you want? Do you want people to keep telling you crap to make you believe what you want to believe is true? Or do you want people to be looking for the truth? Truly looking for the truth? Let me see. We got some other people coming in chat. We got Icon. Welcome. Hobbs. All right. Yeah. Yes. Judy's here. Welcome. POS Rick Dyer enabler. Yeah. So it's been a little while since we've heard much about this guy, but just thought I'd shine a little bit of that light back on him as he deserves, and remind all of the hoaxers out there, you know who you are. Lockbeard is coming for you. And I've heard about a number of these scammers, these liars, these thieves, these hoaxers coming after people. I'm reminded almost daily by somebody about one situation or another. Today I was reminded about the situation that happened on Pat's channel a while back. We're all wondering, what exactly did they try to put up on the screen to try and shut down Squatch Talk channel? Just a slimy, pathetic move that somebody pulled. Whoever did that, you are a complete scumbag. You are a complete piece of shit. You can come at me in my chat. You can make criminal threats. Some of these people are making to others over this because they were getting exposed for their scam. It's not going to work on me. You come on out here. Come on. See who else we got coming up in here. Danny, of course. Greetings from South Carolina, he says. Was watching some of your videos just a while ago. And who else we got? Who in the blue? Yeah, see, that's why I want to bring him up. He's almost been forgotten, but there's a video that I saw that made me, even though it was about 4 years ago, makes me feel like, you know, he needs a little light shined on him. He needs a little reminder that he needs to just, you know, go to his rocking chair and ride the ride out and stop trying to be some kind of real Bigfooter. I don't know if he is more recently, but at least as recently as 2017 he was. And I'll show you the video that I'm talking about that just irritated me. Brandy said someone attempted to show his or her. Oh, is that what they were trying to show? Well, if they were trying to show their own, you know, such a dipshit move like that, such a cowardly, you know, you're at least going to pull something like that, have the balls to come in with your real name, you know. So whoever it was probably didn't have much to show us. Old man Biscardi is very sick. Bat Mom says, who I know wanted nothing to do with Bigfoot. TJ, who I know wanted nothing to do with Bigfoot. Well, I'm sorry he's sick. But even so, he did do some things wrong, even though he may try to claim he did not. And I'm going to talk about him tonight. And Lester says, watch the docu-lie called Shooting. Yeah. Hello, Jen. Welcome. And welcome to Bat Mom. Thank you for coming in. I hear you. You know. But if we stopped, you know, talking about the misdeeds of people just because they got sick, you know, then things would just get swept under the rug, like people have tried to sweep many of these hoaxers' actions under the rug. You know, we must continue on. Icon says, has anyone found me a girly Bigfoot yet? You know, for science. Not yet. We haven't got that body yet. The guy we're going to talk about claimed to have bodies. Like on multiple occasions, he claimed to. Yeah, I'll show you. Carmine is most likely a hoaxer, but no TJ. Brandy says, Jen, there's a special vid on my channel just for you. Yeah, I've seen it, Jen. Go check it out. Hobbs says, shit, sorry about that, Brandy. It was an accident. Sorry about what, Hobbs? Are you already trying to get on Brandy's bad side tonight? Hiva says, hey, Lockbeard, I did my first live stream earlier. Might do one after if y'all want to come. You have my permission to play an excerpt here. Did it all as Heath Ledger's Joker. Awesome. He's got his son involved now. Does he, Lester? Man, chat's just trying to fly on me. I'm never going to keep up with chat tonight. Well, I mean, Icon, it's hard enough to get to them as it is. It might be your best bet. Just tell the cowboy, sir. No, hi, was saying hi to everybody. So, you saw Betmall mention the name Carmine. His name is Carmine Thomas Biscardi, but you may most often see him called Tom Biscardi, and he claimed to be the real Bigfoot hunter. Maybe he accidentally did some real Bigfoot hunting in his life, but he went on Coast to Coast AM in 2005 and claimed he knew the location of a Bigfoot specimen. And then later on, he said, what did he say? He said that he was hoodwinked by a woman in this situation. So somehow, and this seems to be his MO. He latches onto a case, and then he acts like somebody tricked him later on, and I guess hopefully to make money in some way along the way. That was the 2005 incident, and in 2008, there were two guys in Georgia, Matthew Whitten and Rick Dyer. Matthew Whitten was a cop, and so it's been suggested that's part of what attracted Biscardi to this situation, because it gave credibility to it, right? But a lot of people don't assign any more credibility. Some people assign less credibility when a cop's involved. And in this case, they would have been right to do the latter, because it was all complete bullshit. These guys said that they found a dead Bigfoot, and they had put it in a freezer. Biscardi zeroed in on these guys, and he got involved. And he said there was going to be DNA evidence, and the whole thing. Like, he was about to prove Sasquatch was real. But it wasn't. It was not. Let's see if I catch up in some chat here. It's flying. Can't chat. Driving home from work, says Chad Bunger. That's okay, Chad. That's all right. Glad you're here. Danny says, is that the goof that shows that fake Bigfoot doll? Says it was killed back in the day, trying to tell everyone he keeps it in the freezer. I think you're talking about a different one. Chad says, just wanted to let you know YouTube unsubscribed me from your channel last week. Yeah, they do that sometimes. I think I say some things on some of the shows that makes them like to go in there and try to shave off some subscribers. They do not want some of this stuff known. They're part of the, whatever you want to call it, people running this whole damn world, and they do not want some of the things I'm saying on some of these shows, whether it's paranormal, cryptid involved, political, science, medicine. These are things they don't want you to know. Who say hi to me, apologize. Let's see. Need to catch up in this chat. Yeah, how dare they? I expect to see that happen more and more. You know, got to dance on this edge. I got to be careful about how much I say because they might take down another video. And who needs that? Let's see. Icon says, where the hell are you going to find a big enough freezer to hold a Sasquatch? Yeah, good luck with that. These guys were in luck, though, because they did not have a Sasquatch. It was complete lie, complete bullshit. Get you a Snapple. The tall ones is here. Judy says, oh, the freezer body didn't know anything about the guy. It was a gorilla suit, Lester says. Yes, it was. Tall one says Rick Dyer was part of the freezer hoax. Biscardi promoted it and then played dumb after cashing out. Exactly. Welcome to the chat, tall ones. Randy says, I couldn't stop laughing, Jen. I had to screen record over the original audio. So let's look at Fox News. Had this guy on. Watch this. Watch this stuff right here.
The Sasquatch has been found dead.
Yep. Take a look at this. The Sasquatch on ice. In the icebox. Hold on. Wait for it. It's coming. That's according to one California man. Tom Biscardi, known as the Bigfoot Hunter, claiming, look at this. Here it is. That he has found the body that will confirm with scientific proof that Bigfoot does exist. And Tom joins me now. Hi, Tom.
Good morning.
All right, so this is an unbelievable picture here. In more ways than one, some would argue. You know you're going to get some guff for this. What is this thing? Where did you find it?
Okay. Just got back from Georgia, where two guys actually stumbled upon this out in the woods. One's an ex-officer who's on the administrative leave for, actually he's a hero. He took one for the team. He got shot pursuing the perpetrator. And another one is an ex-correctionals officer. And they were on a show, a radio show, Megan, 2 weeks ago. And the commentator from the show said to him, hey, can we come out and confirm this body? And at that point in time, they stated, the only person that will allow to come out here is the real Bigfoot hunter, Tom Biscardi.
So you go up to Georgia and you see this thing in the woods. Now it's in this freezer, but you see this in the woods. Give us an idea of the dimensions.
Okay. The one that you're showing there right now was the one that's actually frozen in a freezer. It's a block of ice. The freezer had broken, and Saturday had thawed out, and they showed me the creature. I went back the next day after they showed me in the woods where they actually found this thing, where I actually prodded it to see if it was real. And my God, it's there. It's 7'7". The dimensions on the feet were in excess of 15 inches in length.
This is
The hand from palm for the middle finger is in excess of 11 inches, 6 inches across in width. You can actually see the teeth, Megan. There's no fangs there, so it's not a meat eater.
Wait, no, go back to Tom's picture because I want to ask him about it of the alleged Bigfoot Tom. Now I got to tell you, you look at this. To me, the top of that looks like an ape suit head sitting there. I mean, you're telling me you've actually laid hands on this thing and it's real.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, that blackness that you see there is water, and that was the problem that they had. They kept putting water in there thinking that it'll freeze up and they didn't know that it was a frostless freezer, believe it or not, and that's what made the freezer go awry.
So where's the thing now?
Well, it's been moved right now. I'm assembling. They've asked me to assemble a scientific team. Already sent the sample for analysis. The first stage has come back that it has taken, and they're waiting for the second sequencing, which we should have probably by Friday or Saturday.
But Tom, if this is real, if this actually exists, why not let us lay hands on it? Let us actually see this thing or what's left of it so we can judge for ourselves.
As a matter of fact, I'm here to let you know, Megan, okay? You have an open invitation from me, from the boys, okay? That next week when I get the scientists out there, I'm inviting you publicly right now that we want you there.
Really? Tom?
Yes.
You're on. That sounds fantastic. Okay. Atlanta, Georgia.
No. I don't know where. They moved it.
Oh, location to be determined.
I'll tell you where it's at.
All right. You heard it here first, folks. Exclusive, America's Newsroom, Tom and I. Tom, you know you've got your doubters out there, but we love having you on. And very interesting photos.
Thank you, dear.
All the best.
Bye-bye.
All right. You're on the hunt for Sasquatch.
Listen, who are we to say it's not the truth?
Thought I saw a Rolex watch on the arm of that. Never mind.
America's Newsroom at foxnews.com. What
Yep. What do y'all think of that?
As an overall, I want you to
Icon
understand how we
says,
got involved.
let me get rid of this. We had enough of you the other day, Mr. Biden. Icon says, and now pitching for the Milwaukee Braves, Warren Spahn, love that stadium echo. Yeah, I think I figured out what the problem was. I don't usually have that, I don't think. Sorry about the echo. Lester says, I saw this when it aired first. Can't believe how gullible I was. Well, you know, it looked legit. It's on Fox News, and they seem to be acting like it seemed legit. But the fact that, look, he's trying to say they fooled him, but he actually looked at the specimen and somehow was fooled by that. He's lying. If he was actually fooled by it and actually inspected the specimen himself, then he's definitely not the real Bigfoot hunter that he claimed to be. Yeah, that was. That's me. I'm sorry. I remember seeing this also. Sandra Piper says, and welcome to the chat, Sandra. And that says, they have to be kidding. So fake. Yeah, it was. There was like some guy that like donated like $50,000 to this situation. I think it went to the other guys or something, and I don't remember exactly all the details, but it ended up that Biscardi told the guy to send the money to them and not him. And then when it came out it was fake, he told the donor to sue those guys. Isn't that shitty? Just the audacity. Do you have a clip of him after the bullshit was called out? One of the clips I got pulled up is well after that, but not. I don't have one like immediately after. People want to believe it, but if he can't tell the difference, then take a seat in the corner. Exactly. Icon says, could have been someone's bearskin rug in a washing machine. Yeah. Chad says, Biscardi is a lying gold digging POS. He gets what he deserves. Next. Judy says, did you catch when he said, I don't have any teeth? I don't recall. Brandy says, don't be fooled by the Bigfoot I got. It's just pews from a crotch. Sing to the tune of Jenny from the Block. Lester says, Rick made money. That's when he knew what to do to get rich on his second hoax. Yeah. That's why we got to be very, very vigilant and don't just believe stuff until, I mean, we need to see some some solid proof before we start believing things. There's a bunch of these guys like this out there trying to make money off of Bigfoot. They don't care about proving it. They're just there to hoax. Here's another clip where he is talking about this situation.
This is as real as you're standing right where you are, sir.
But it wasn't. Turns out this Bigfoot was just a rubber gorilla suit. These two men from Georgia claimed they found the corpse of a Sasquatch in the woods.
When we discovered it, I waited with it. Rick went back and got some help and got a truck, and we moved it out of there.
And their proof, these two photos. Enough for Tom Biscardi, the head of a Bigfoot search team.
What I touched, what I felt, what I prodded was not a mask that was sewn on a bear hide.
The men say they stuffed the Bigfoot carcass in a freezer and, for an undisclosed amount, handed over the frozen creature. But after some thawing, all that was left, a rubber gorilla outfit. Calls to the two men about their fake discovery haven't been returned. Mike Gracia, The Associated Press.
There may be an echo again. I don't. If there was, I'm sorry. Overbill Automotive, welcome. Welcome to the chat. Hobbs says there's always a twat that has negative scrutiny points towards a genuine community. The Batman says Biscardi did too. TJ told the DOS with me that that they were not a part of the hoax. They honestly believed in it. Flat Rock Booger, welcome. They used hog inners inside the suit. The full scientists that investigated. Yeah, but my understanding was that after the DNA came back, then the gig was up on that end of the deal. I saw a quote from one of those guys talking about how he measured the feet and he felt its intestines, and it just seemed a weird thing to say if it wasn't that he thought he had constructed a hoax so cleverly by sticking animal guts in there that you know, it just didn't seem like you would mention that unless it had a significance to you, as in, I feel so clever, I stuffed animal innards in this suit. So hopefully we see none of these names in the Bigfoot community ever again. That was a cop. Yes, it was. I should have read some of the comments about that. Some people had some things to say along those lines. Yes, Lockbeard. Judy says, I still wonder why he said just out of nowhere Sasquatch didn't have any teeth. I don't know. Story falling apart, maybe. Icon says, okay, have to walk the doggo, be right back. Keep an eye on Hiveless. He's been quiet, up to something. Yeah, Hiveless is always up to something. Yeah. Wow, that's kind of insane. Yeah. So that hoax was back in 2008. And I guess somebody was trying to get him to come and look at what they had, and he sent them this video in 2017, which I'm just like thinking, the ball's on this guy. You got multiple hoaxes under your belt, and you're still going to act like you are a legit Bigfoot researcher. You know, go back to the bench and stay there, Tom. Go back. Watch this shit.
I really respect you because I don't know you, so I can't badmouth you. And the key to it is
if you want Tom Biscardi and his crew up there, no problem. But what you're going to have to do is come across with the glue magoo. And you've got a nice little moneymaker going up there. Moneymaker, you get the pun, okay? So when you can produce prints like these, matching female, mid-dorsal break, dermal ridges, alpha male, okay? When you can get prints like this, call me, and then I'll come up. But make sure you've got the check to match it. And then me and my crew will be up there to help you. And you and I both know Mr. Stephen Major, Stephen Major, whatever it is. You have a loan company, and you're getting that money somewhere. So write me a check, but make sure it's in big digits and a lot of zeros, and I'll get you more recognition than you really deserve. So when you want to get some real publicity and have the real Bigfoot hunter up there, I'm available, but it costs you money. I don't come for nothing. Have a great day and have a blessed weekend. Would you do that for me? Bye-bye.
Yeah, just shut up, Biscardi. Just shut up. You're a hoaxer. You're not a real Bigfoot hunter. Shut the fuck up. Danny says that really made me angry back in the day. Yeah. You know, he's lying to us. He's been lying to us all for years. You know, we should be angry. We should take it a little personal. Judy says, Brandy, he said that talking on Fox News. Yeah, exactly. And now for the cover-up. Yeah. I almost expected to find an interview somewhere in the archives of Bigfoot Odyssey over there, but there wasn't one. So at least they had the sense not to bring him on their show and certain other ones. Hey, Daniel. Brandy says, punch him now, somehow, some way. Well, we'll beat him up here on YouTube and in the chat. Dude's in his 70s now, but so we, yeah. That mom said he did that so that people put their money where their mouths are. I'm not buying that. He's just all about the money. That's all he cares about is the money. And that's what his history shows. I mean, that might be his excuse. He wants people to put their money where their mouths are, but it isn't like the person he was talking to wasn't trying to come out with something. They were asking him to come up and take a look at what they had. So it isn't like, you know, it isn't that kind of situation. So, yeah. Hoaxers don't want to put their own money into it. That's to cut them out. That may be correct in certain ones, but them guys that stuffed the gorilla suit with animal guts had a certain amount of costs into what they did. Chad says, the question is, who are the dumbasses that gave this guy money? What a joke. You know, people that really want to believe, you know, they would get a lot farther giving that money to someone who is the real deal, and that's part of the problem here. There are some people out here who are the real deal, and 50 grand would potentially get them the equipment they need to come down with some real evidence potentially. But that's part of what sucks about this kind of stuff is, you know, these hoaxers are eating up the money that can be used to accomplish what we want them to accomplish. There's not a lot of money out there to fund this stuff, and the government sure as hell ain't going to fund it because, as many of us strongly suspect, the government's trying to hide the existence of Sasquatch, so they're not going to fund it. They might show up and hide it for you, though. Hobbes says, there are so many wonders on this world, yet so many people that want to discredit it with their own money, lust, and stupidity. Yeah. Overbuilt says, the MSN covers anything. I am suspicious of it. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone should be. The manicured toes, Uncle Bones says. Yeah. Hiva says to Icon, I'm trying to customize my YouTube channel in the background. That mom says, Lockbeard, you should call him and record it, talk to the source yourself, then judge, you know. Well, I haven't called anyone else. That's not really what I've been doing on the channel here. Maybe one of these days I could start doing that kind of stuff. But I mean, you think he's really going to talk to me? You know, do I want to give a hoaxer the time of day or the chance to talk? I mean, he's had plenty of chance to talk. He was on Fox News, for fuck's sake. We all know he's a hoaxer, and I mean, what more is there to accomplish by talking to him? So, you know, I mean, I just don't see the benefit of doing that. Chad says to Judy, he said that the Bigfoot had no canine teeth, therefore he was a vegetarian. Yeah, I hate that whole vegetarian thing. I don't know if I talked about it in the paranormal channel on Phenomena, but at least if I have, I've talked about it on the Random Lives, at least, that the lack of canine teeth does not prove not predator, and furthermore, it doesn't disprove, like what I say about humans, is that we're actually hyper carnivores, and that's can be verified by a number of lines of evidence, and they're forgetting that humans have been using tools for a very long time. They are specifically designed to be able to throw things really well. Compared to like a chimpanzee, they can fling poo, but they can't throw like humans can. We have developed that ability for a reason, because we've been using that ability to take down prey for a very, very long time. And if our shoulder structure has changed that much, then it's very easy to see how our tooth structure could have changed. Because chimpanzees have some degree of canines. They're mostly vegetarian. But ours are drastically reduced. And I think that's could have easily happened in the same time that the shoulder changes happened. That entire time we weren't chasing down animals and ripping their throat out with our teeth. We don't have teeth and claws. We use spears. We use throwing stones. We use traps. We coordinate hunts, and those big flint-napped spear points was our tooth and claw. So for someone to suggest that Sasquatch not having canines proves that they're vegetarian, they are barely engaging their mind. They don't have any idea what they're talking about. When you look at physiologically, look at the humans, you can see this, and there's just lots of stuff that proves that we are hyper carnivores, and since Sasquatch judging by its morphology, is probably extremely closely related to us and possibly the same species as us. No, that conclusion was just not even intelligent, I don't think. Lester said he knew he hoaxed with Dyer once, then was in the same doculi with him years later. First I heard of him. Stevie B's here, welcome. Saying hello, family. And that says, if you got a real Bigfoot, he would not take check. He would not take a check. Yeah. Yeah, he's not really interested, I don't think. And I mean, if he had real proof, he would then point, see, I was right all along, and then we're all expected to forget all the things that he hoaxed. And Judy says Batmom true, but look at what Gimlin is still holding on to. Yeah. Check, please. Flatrock says the dumbass, I believe, was Matt Moneymaker. Overbuilt says, I need 50K to build a barn. Anyone need a good cat? I got about 10 outside. Is there such a thing? Uncle Bone says, how are you, darling? Or Stevie says Uncle Bones. Says Uncle Bones, yeah. Got to catch up in this chat. It gets to flying. Is he the planner of the hoaxes, or was he misled? What it appears to have happened is, like, because he did, well, ultimately, we don't really know. He could have set this whole thing up in the 2008 with these guys ahead of time. I don't know about that. But what it looks like happened is these guys created a hoax, and then once it started to get attention, here comes Biscardi, and I think he fully knew that was fake, but his plan was to use it to make some money and then act like he got fooled. That's what appears happened. Sandra says, Stevie B, doing pretty good tonight. Praying for you daily, my friend. Lester says he worked with the hoaxer twice, which would be indication that it's possible that these guys, there may have been. I'm not aware of any evidence of this, but they may have planned it together. But what we can see seems to look like these two guys started it, got attention, and then Biscardi showed up because he saw a money-making opportunity and allowed them to keep the BS up and going. Well, I don't know that Biscardi is. I don't know what he's been doing most recently, but if he shows back up trying to pull some nonsense again, he's going to get some negative attention from more than just me because of his previous hoaxing behavior. Stevie says, use well, you're always in my thoughts and prayers. Chad says, don't omnivores have both kinds of teeth? Yes, most often. Yeah, most often. I mean, humans, technically, you might call it, you would call us an omnivore. Like, it appears that we are supposed to eat fruit on occasion. And then mushrooms to some extent. But those are both things that are very, very seasonal, very short-lived. They're not just present in your surroundings at all times. Um, so, um, since they classify an animal that eats at least 70%, I think, is the percentage meat, they call that a hypercarnivore. So, but best I can tell, it looks like we're meant to eat even more than that, like upwards of 95% perhaps. And I've personally gone a complete 6-month stretch eating nothing but animal products, and was perfectly healthy. Everything was better, actually felt better. Um, my blood sugar issues completely went away. All my I have like an autoimmune issue. We think that's what it is, and it's confirmed in my mother, and it's something that can be inherited. So I think that's what it is. Anyway, I was having lots of joint issues, and that went away. So yeah. Bone says, I feel okay. Thank you for asking. How soon you get bionics? Carrie's encounter had canine top and bottom. Can you just imagine? So frightening. Yeah. Assuming we can believe him. I think I've made it pretty clear. I don't trust him at all. Not at all. Brandy says, Lester knowingly he was in on these hoaxes, or did those other people use him and look who turned out to be the fall guy? Well, I mean, all the guys are blamed. I just can't. I can't believe that he, claiming to be the bestest Bigfoot hunter ever, actually examined this body and was fooled by it. No way. I think he full well knew that it was a fake. Welcome to the chat, Nikki. So happy for you, sweetheart. Steve B says, Uncle Bones, I start Monday, meet with the team to get my shapers. Cool. All right, I'm falling way behind in this chat. Yeah, that's a good point, Lester. Excited but nervous too. There's a lot of work ahead of me. Things are moving right along. Hyla says, I thought we finally had a dead one patiently waiting. No, we do not have a dead one. Sorry, man. We do not have a dead one. This is kind of an old case. But like I said in the beginning of the live, I think it's good to take a look at these old cases and remind the current hoaxers what their future is, despite their attempts to thwart those of us that are speaking up about this nonsense, who want to know the actual truth and are sick of seeing these despicable human beings sucking up money. That's much needed. You can't research anything without funding, and there's people out there that are really trying to do it, and they're doing it on just their own spending money. In a lot of cases, they don't have $1 million grant from the government, and like I said, the government, it looks like the government doesn't want this exposed, so now you're working against the government with no money. No wonder we're having a hard time. And then we got these hoaxers muddying the water for us as well. Yeah. It's kind of maddening. Fresh coffee. Oh no. Always eat your mushrooms first. Well, when it comes to mushrooms, I think it's really interesting. I think it's a real interesting hypothesis from McKenna about what he called an unfortunate name. I don't like the name. He called it the Stoned Ape hypothesis. I really wish he didn't call it that, but it appears that humans actually evolved to use psilocybin mushrooms. Our minds just work too well with it. If you take a microdose of it, your mind actually functions better. You can think better. Tons of computer programmers use microdoses to improve their mental function. Joe Rogan has brought this up about MMA fighters using microdoses to improve themselves. And of course, when you use a large dose, you take you don't die. You just go on a trip, right? It doesn't poison you. And what's more is I don't want to go too far down this hole with this crowd on phenomena, but there appears to be value to what you're seeing. It's not just a hallucination that you're experiencing. So, I mean, they're even treating PTSD with mushrooms. It's there's something to this. Sandra says, Flat Rock, thank you so much for your kind words. Are you absolutely right, Miss Sandra? It's a beautiful soul. Daniel says, oh man, Lockbeard, my 2-year-old granddaughter just saw you and said, Papa. Oh boy. It's not me, I swear. Is she a donor child? Because then it's possible. Send some this way. Awesome. Mine's brewed with vanilla extract. Brandy says, you're always behind in the chat. It's okay. Like that you actually read every comment. Well, I'm not. I'm skipping over a lot. It's impossible. We're probably got to start doing, the all caps thing, because there's side conversations going on, which is fine. They shouldn't get the time of day, Judy says. Yeah, I think so. I'd probably have to be feeling kind of like I want to stir some shit really bad if I were to contact one of these hoaxers directly and have a conversation, because it's not going to go good. It's not going to be civil. A lot of these guys have made death threats to people who are exposing them. I heard today that there was one that was actually going to people's houses. So what could we actually accomplish? Stevie says, Daniel, I thought you were already, and I had missed it. I'm not sure, Stevie. This kid's has me looking both ways right now. Flat Rock Burger says, Daniel, that was a hell of an encounter you told us about the other night. Yeah. Ladies, when we all get together for the camp out one day, there has to be lots of coffee. I need to catch replay. I'm trying to catch up. I hate to be too far behind. Yeah. Well, he said granddaughter, so it's not impossible. I do have a donor daughter out there. Judy says, Stevie, yes, we will have plenty of coffee. It's time for the percolator. Pipa says my live stream for after this is called Death or Cheese. Why is Freemasonry so? Oh my gosh. I don't know about that Freemasonry stuff, man. I still have a percolator. Caps, it's on cap. It's caps. It is Captain Lockbeard. Brandy says sometimes I say funny things on purpose just to hear you read it. I'm good with instant Folgers. I'm sorry, I would respond more to y'all, but this kid is all hands on deck. Just got a quick break. We need people to know these names and videos. Yeah. That's what I was saying, because someone said, well, this guy's been very sick. Well, if a certain German leader survived the 1940s, forget the conspiracies that he actually did, but let's say he did, and he was alive right now and dying of cancer, would anyone be like, dude, he's got cancer, you don't talk shit about him? No, I think we can talk shit about him until the day he croaks. Sanders says, I love the first cup of coffee. Not that this guy's as bad as that one, but I'm just saying, if every time someone got sick, we can't say anything bad about him, man, we wouldn't be able to function as a society. Boy, some people love their coffee up in here. Dang, I'm going to make a cup. Oh, Jeff's here. Good evening, Jeff. Welcome to the chat. Did I actually catch up to chat? So I don't know. I don't know why some people still refuse to believe that Biscardi knew damn good and well that body was not real and he was just trying to make money. But we haven't forgotten. It's beer 30 at Nikki's. Outside and listening, Mark says, Australia in the house. I have another video I was going to bring up. Doesn't have anything to do with Biscardi, but it's kind of interesting. I don't think it proves anything. For all we know, their dad was playing a joke on them. 3 Russian kids see something. They follow some tracks and they see something. They were filming. So check this out. You've probably seen it before.
And then they see something extraordinary. A tall, dark, hairy figure that seems to see them and darts away.
Who thinks that's Bigfoot sitting right there next to him? He just shaved all his hair off. That's got. Look at this guy.
What does Nikolai think of it? This bit here, when we see the creature,
Ну, я сам сейчас немножко в шоке. Как получилось, что следы-то заметили?
Мы подошли ближе, смотрим, а потом в бок посмотрел, Женька говорит, смотрите, следы. Ну, мы пошли туда по этим следам, камеру. Мы когда подошли, следы было, его не видно. Он потом из кустов там не видно было, он потом вышел, на нас как маленечко посмотрел, у него лицо здесь как-то такое белое, лысое, волос не было такого.
Ну, было видно, как быстро побежали-то. Страшно было?
Да.
In their alarm, the boys are swearing a lot. And it's in a rather conservative country. They've already had a stern lecture from the local police.
Stern lecture from the local police. I think they, if that was a real Bigfoot encounter, they certainly have good reason to be cussing. Thanks in that. Yeah. But, you know, it's not a good enough image to know anything for sure. Maybe that big guy sitting there was just in a suit. Who knows? But it's kind of interesting. Sitting at the yeah, that's and you know, I looked at the comments of that video because I'm like, I can't be the only one. That's Bigfoot sitting there. He just shaved all his hair off, and most of the comments were saying pretty much the same thing. It was hilarious. Sanders says Lockbeard's seen this clip numerous times. Yeah, I figured a lot of people have seen it. I mean, if we just assume it's real, then it's, you know, interesting. But we can't see clearly what it is in the woods, really, and we don't know that there wasn't someone running around the woods messing with those kids, and you know, we don't know. That's why video just doesn't prove squat. Yeah, everybody thought that. So look at that guy. He's like 7 foot tall. This video would have been narrated with a dude using a French accent. Yeah. Yeah, Bones. Jeff says, I honestly thought this video the kids shot was pretty impressive the first time I saw it. Yeah. If we assume it's real, then yeah, it's, I mean, clearly someone in the woods, but if we believe, you know, because they were the ones there, what they saw, and we don't know. Chad says, I think he said the Bigfoot was sexy and he'd like to have a date. He might have. Uh-oh, now that's started. He was like 7'5" something. I think I read he was 7 foot. I mean, I don't remember for sure. Could be taller, but it seems like I read he was 7 foot. Chad says, what are you girls puffing and passing? What do you think, Chad? Secret. Does YouTube censor discussion of that too? I don't know why they would. It's stupid. Why they care? I mean, I don't care. So, whatever. Where are we at time? Oh, we're just over an hour in. Medical. Sure, it's medical. Not passing. Oh my gosh. Just as the original video shows the footprints, and that's what was interesting, so far apart in fresh wet snow. Well, I started it a little late in the video. I can go back to the beginning and show the first part if it'll let me. Why is this thing not cooperating?
Когда домой прибежали, сразу взрослым.
Да, мы сперва еще сами на 10 раз пересмотрели.
Well, it's not wanting to work for me. There it goes. All right. Did I take it down already? Oh, there it is. Add it back. We can see the part with the footprints in the beginning.
In their film, the three friends follow a set of mystery footprints to the edge of a frozen lake, laughing and joking as they go.
Yeah. Yeah, there was the footprints. Brandy says there is a whole list of specific keywords they won't allow. I probably should look that up. Hobbs says, sorry, rude of me to disappear just out in the garden, making sure the foxes, hedgehogs, and next door's cats had food. Oh, it's okay, Hobbs. People come and go. Not worried about it at all. Gotta do what you gotta do. Did they block your message again? You're official. Daniel says, looks like Sasquatch bunny hopped. Yeah, it was there. Jen says, Brandy is that like George Carlin's list? Yeah, George Carlin. It's too bad he's gone. He would have made a really good president. Yeah. They don't really prove to me anything. That I just don't see. I can't use this as evidence. It's interesting, but George Carlin. A lot of his skits when they were so true it wasn't even funny anymore. The oil is good. Icon has returned. Yeah, that guy he looks unusual and everything. You could almost have him grow his hair out and put a furry bodysuit on, and you got you a Squatch. George Carlos, no, George Carlin. Yeah, I think that's the kid's dad. Because at some point in the conversation, he's asking the kids. He said, "Were you scared? I saw you," or something like that. So he was watching when this happened, I guess. Carlin, yeah, Carlin. Yeah, I wish George Carlin was president one time. Very sensible guy. Miss George Carlin and Robin Williams. This kid won't let me type. Danny says, them footprints in the snow had a suspicious stride. I would think Bigfoot would have more than a 2-foot stride. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know about it. Yeah. Jeff says, agreed, Danny, but they were perfectly straight. I've heard people say that they think Sasquatch walks perfectly straight, but I mean, how do we know? How do we know for sure? Brandy says, I used to repeat Robin Williams live on Broadway all the time. Whoops. Icon says Carlin was indeed sensible. That's why he wouldn't run for president. Yeah. It'd be one of those cases where the people should just organize to themselves behind someone and drag him kicking and screaming into the Oval Office to say, look, you're who we need. Chad says that Russian guy is 10 times bigger than anyone else in that picture, and he has a sagittal crest. Hiveless says George Carlin and Bill Hicks are my favorite comedians of all time. There's no doubt it's an inline stride. It's been reported in almost every set of tracks. Yeah, George Carlin. I mean, his comedy skits brought a lot of attention to a lot of things that in our society that are kind of messed up. Talking about our government and saying, he said it's a big club and you're not in it. And they don't care about you. They stand up there and lie and say they care about you, and the two sides say, I care about you more than this guy, and in the right way, and the other one says the same thing, and then everyone just picks a team, and everyone's like confused when I say when you vote for a Republican, you're voting to have Democrat presidents in the future. And when you vote for a Democrat, you're voting to have Republican presidents in the future. Is that confusing? Look, they're playing a game of ping pong. And they know damn good and well that's what they're doing. And if a third party candidate gets too popular, they will both go for him and stop him. They can't allow a third party to break up the control that these two parties share. They just trade they just switch back and forth. And they both know that's what's going on. And they have to maintain the two-party situation. They together maintain power for them both, and in effect are acting as one. Brandy says, I used to watch Gallagher and his huge-ass tricycle hammering watermelon all over the place. Icon says, Hiveless B. Oh, man, I forgot about Bill Hicks. He's another that left too soon. Lewis Black is hilarious, yeah. Lewis Black is one that I like. Ron White, of the blue-collar guys, he was my favorite of the blue-collars guys. But Lewis Black is awesome. Sandra says to Brandy, oh yes, Gallagher, he was so funny. Chad says, come on you guys, no love for Dave Chappelle. Yeah, Dave Chappelle's pretty cool too, man. That last special he did, talking about he had a transgender person in the audience who came to his show in I guess multiple cities. Like loved what he was saying, the whole alphabet people thing, and all that stuff. And it was an interesting story. Like there's a conversation he has about that's not part of the special. That people, if they like Dave Chappelle, they should check out his conversation talking about that. I will have to say, human would have a hard time not dragging their feet in the snow that deep. Yeah. Icon, suicide by pancreas cancer. Jen, yes. Joe Coy. Yeah, it's a terrorism thing for some places. Some countries are pretty much actively, Yeti tourism and all that stuff. Jeff says Sam Kinison was funny too. He talked about starving kids in Africa on commercials. You can't tell me one of the cameramen didn't have a fucking sandwich on him. Yeah. Randy says love the blue collar guys too. Bill Engvall and his whale watching joke. Jeff says director yells don't feed him yet. He doesn't look hungry enough. Oh shit. Yeah. Iveless says I thought Dave Chappelle sold out in the end. Can't remember why I think that. He bailed out for a long time. He just left, I guess, to kind of figure things out. But, he was making those jokes that a lot of people on the far left had a huge problem with. And, I'm sure a lot of them were using words like traitor, towards him. Chad says to Hiveless, no way, man. He has stuck to his guns. Yeah. Siberia. Yes. I'm Rick James, bitch. Jeff says Jim Brewer was hilarious too, talking about marriage. Yeah. Jeff says, Brandy, you are missing out. Yeah, I wasn't too sure of Dave Chappelle, during the Chappelle show days, but there were some funny skits and there were some I didn't like, but this last special he did, let's shoot 2 years old now, I think, but it was kind of thumbing his nose a little bit at this whole identity politics bullshit. Raptor Blue says, who did Bay Kids? That guy was funny. Shoot, I can't remember the name right now. We don't die, we multiply. Yeah. Daniel Lundy says, granddaughter is making me wear bunny ears. Don't laugh, it ain't funny. Sure it is. Hiveless says to Chad, if you say man, I'll keep an open mind. I see an enigma. Welcome to the chat, by the way. He says, and not STSA because I'm waiting for fantasy football advice. What? Brandy, yeah. Robin Harris. Chad says to Hiveless, check out his comedy special. He's all about going against the establishment. Yeah. Icon says, being a good grandpa is serious business. To Daniel. Yep. I see an enigma. A Sasquatch account doesn't get many fantasy football replies. Well, what are you going to do? Daniel says, yeah, they sure keep me busy, Icon. Lester says, if you want a good laugh, check out Rick Dyer's videos on YouTube. And I don't know if I want to. Rick Dyer. Yeah. Looking at when it comes to Witten, this appears to be a quote from the Clayton County Police Chief said that about Witten. He said once he perpetrated a fraud that goes into his credibility and integrity, he has violated the duty of a police officer. Very true. You know, I support good cops. Don't get me wrong. Good cops. Like real good cops. Just because you got a badge doesn't make you automatically deserve the respect of a good cop. You know what I mean? You got the uniform and that badge, but are you actually a good cop? Too many aren't. And statistically, certain crimes, cops are more likely to commit certain crimes than the average person. Explain that. It's because so many bad people seek out the job. Too many. Here comes Daniel Cottontail hopping down the Lundy Trail. Hippity hoppity bunny's on his way. Oh boy. Rick is all over TikTok too. Gosh. Hyveless says to Chad, I know classically he is. I think I saw him on Saturday Night Live doing some pro-establishment messaging. I do like him though. Seen at least one special, very funny. Yeah. No, not yet. Not yet. Hopefully it'll come soon. That appears to be something to. Is that something to Sasquatch about? Is that you, Sean? Yeah. So, you know, I will continue in the future to, talk about hoaxers and stuff. May not always be about hoaxers, but a lot of times it will be. And, and there's some that are going to rock. Well, I hate to overblow it, rock the Bigfoot community a little bit. They don't seem aware of some of the snakes in the grass we have. And hopefully I have the opportunity to expose some of them here in the future. It just takes time to put things together. Icon says, Brandy, I did get it's quite amusing and also shows what it takes to be a good grandparent. Gotta have a song to go with the ears. That guy is scaring me, dude. He'd be perfect guy to perpetrate a hoax. Yep, that's him. That be Sean. I just hadn't pulled him down yet, Brandy. Just hadn't pulled him down yet. Daily Dan Block says they all aren't snakes. Some of them just have mental issues. Yeah. Yeah. Velev was Russian boxer. Are they lined up by size around the table on purpose? I don't know. Chad says to Lester, if that guy was your dad, how straight would you be? Icon says, I don't know. He's a good example of the last of the Cro-Magnon man. Yeah. Oops. That was 66. I'm straight as an arrow. 66. I'm straight as an arrow. Who was the guy? Jen asked, who was the guy that PRT was all up about? I never heard of him. You mean Pat? That Pat was all up about? I'm not recalling. I'm not sure who you're talking about. Judy says icon. I was thinking that. The sun is going down on me, losing my light. Better get some going here. There we go. Paranormal Roundtable, Wolf. I must have missed that part. Was it last night? Because I ended up checking out a little early last night. Wes Germer. They were talking about him one night. But if you talk about Paranormal Roundtable, I'm not sure what is there a controversy surrounding Wolf? Because if there is, I'm not aware of it. Was Pat talking about him last night, or what was going on? Jen said, no, a month ago I stopped going over all drama. So you stopped going over to Paranormal Roundtable? Or you stopped going to SAS or Squatch Talk? I do know there was some drama over at Paranormal Roundtable with this other guy. I forget his name. It's not a channel I ever watched. Was Pat talking about Vic Cundiff? Is that what we're talking about here? I'm not sure what you guys are saying. Yeah, I'm not aware of any of this. I must have missed it. If Pat was talking and had something about PRT, I'm not aware of it. There's drama on all shows, seriously. Yeah. Yes, there is. Pretty much. It's part of being human. You know, you just gotta figure out what dose of it you're comfortable with, I guess. Brandy says the day PRT lost his mother, Vic had some nasty shit to say, threatening him. Now, so is Vic the same guy that PRT was having problems with? Because I don't even remember the guy. I just remember the guy is always in the dark. So that would seem to fit, right? Whoops. Chat jumped on me again. Jen, I stopped Pet also. Stopped Pet also. Pat? Nikki says she stopped watching Squash Talk and I was on last night. We were just talking about Ben. Raptor says, I think she was talking about him with Matt Moneymaker, not for sure. Chad says, I guess I need to start watching Paranormal Roundtable. PET. I'm not sure what that means. What's pet mean? Do you mean PRT? Yeah, me too, Chad. I don't know what the hell's going on right now. They're talking about something, but I'm lost. Like, what's the problem with PRT? And Lester says, Harry Man, hoaxes, and hoodwinks. Who are you talking about at 6 Mountain Time tomorrow? Brandy says, I had never heard of PRT. I heard Dark Waters bring up all the drama with this Vic guy. Led me to PRT, and that was right when his mom passed. Squatch Talk, welcome. Well, I don't know. I'm a little confused by this most recent conversation here. I thought she was trying to say Pat, and apparently she was trying to say PRT, meaning Paranormal Roundtable. And I'm just not, I don't know exactly what about PRT that we're talking about here. Nikki says, I'm not revealing. Yeah, it's going to be a surprise. Her first episode of Hoodwinks. She's going to surprise us. Yeah, Vic Cundiff, that's who I was shooting for. Speak of the devil. She means her spell check messed up. Yeah, don't trust your spell check. Your spell check will betray you. Lots of bad news around that Vic name. I'm wondering, sounds like I may have to put a little microscope on this Vic Cundiff character and spend a Saturday night talking about him. PRT, yeah. Paranormal Roundtable is what she was trying to say. Guy goes by a wolf. I don't know what his real name is. That might be his real name. It's not a channel I watch very often at all. I recall that there was some drama between him and this other guy, and I saw a little bit of video from that guy who was always in the dark, like you couldn't see him. Bloody autocorrect is my worst enemy, damn enemy. Yeah, don't trust your autocorrect. Don't trust it. Proofread everything, and you just can't trust it. Vic does a Dogman Chronicles, basically. Judy, you're hilarious. Yep. So yeah, since somebody's already brought it up, Harry Man, Hoaxes, and Hoodwinks is going to have the first episode tomorrow. It's Nikki Colon. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. She's going to do some exposing of some hoaxes and some hoodwinks. Chad. Yeah, Vic started out all right. He does Dogman and Bigfoot Encounter stuff. Cologne. Okay. Yeah, sorry, that was a very unfortunate pronunciation there. Nikki Cologne. But yeah, Nikki's channel is starting tomorrow with their new show. I see, or Sean says, I haven't listened to him for a long time. obviously I haven't listened to him hardly at all. Jen's asking, Nikki, what time? Feel free to say whatever you want to say in the chat, Nikki, about it. I was thinking about, you want me to play your promo? I haven't seen your new promo. I could play your promos if you want. Brandy says, oh, makes sense. That's why he and Dark Waters would be in competition. I've been searching so much I stayed off the computer today. Sunday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That would be 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. in the UK. Okay, looks like Squatch Talk was already taking care of that. Yes, please. Yeah, competition can create drama. So to sum it up, Thomas Gardy is a piece of shit. I would love to get feedback. So to sum it up, Tom Biscardi is a piece of shit. I think most people would agree. And I think that pretty much is the case. Let me get this this video ready to pull up. Hold on just a second. Proving the UK time is always much appreciated. Providing it, yeah. Yeah. Icon says, had to run to the garden for a minute to pick up tomatoes, dude. You have got to see this one. Do you have an email posted somewhere? Yeah, it's lockbeard@protonmail.com. It's on my about my about tab on my channel, and then it's in the descriptions of my videos. Chad Bunger, the Georgia hoax. I remember it well. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like some people still kind of want to defend Biscardi, but there is no defense coming from me. Okay, good. I'm glad we agree. Okay, I'm going to bring up the first promo from Nikki's channel. Do we got it? Yeah, we got it. We had the credits at the end. It's like a Hollywood production. Let's see. trouble making this thing stop. There's another promo. I'm going to show it here in a second. That's a way to kill many birds with one stone, Daily Dan. Awesome job, Nikki. Suspenseful. Yeah, it's a pretty epic trailer. Yeah. So let me bring up the other one. Just give me a second. Yeah, you're welcome, Nikki. Oh, come on. There's too many steps to this, StreamYard. You need to fix that. We got it. There we go. Oops, there we go. There you have it. Tomorrow night. Daniel says, how can I do videos on my wife's phone that are long videos and download them to my computer? Any videos I can learn how with? Nothing that I know personally. You want to do video? Do you want to do live videos? Because if you do live videos with StreamYard, I mean, that's what I'm using, and so then you can go later and download it off of StreamYard. I guess they delete them after a while, but if you do it immediately, you won't have a problem at all. But you can download it off of StreamYard, or just download it off of YouTube. Either way. Pat says, I need a producer like Tim. Tim was rehired. It sounds like it. Nikki says, email them to yourself and open on the computer, then save. That way. Overbuilt says, ToyTube video download helper Firefox add-on. Yeah, Sandra's going to be there, Nikki. Daniel says, I want to show how to make arrowheads and other things, and I can't haul this computer outside to do it. Yeah. I guess a lot of people do their YouTube completely off their phone, but I would think you just need to log into YouTube. I don't know if you're doing it. So I guess you're not going to be doing it live. So yeah, I'm sure one of the other suggestions will help you more than I can. I've just been doing it this way. I mean, I guess you could plug your phone directly into your computer. You get the cable to do that if you don't got it. And I've done pictures that way, but not video. Although now, with my phones and like I have everything's on the iCloud, so it's just kind of in the ether out there, and I just can pull it out of that. Hobbs says to Daniel, you can use a USB cable or upload them to Google Drive or OneDrive, then download them to your computer. Yeah. The only problem with iCloud I had in the beginning, and then I was out of space, and so I couldn't just download, especially a 3 or 4 hour live stream, and I couldn't keep them on iCloud. So I ended up paying for the extra space, which was, there's different tiers, but the tier I got was 99 cents a month, I think, so it wasn't that bad, but they're both good. Yeah. Brandy says you can upload vids straight to YouTube from your phone. Automotive is easy. Daniel Lundy. Hobbs says Daniel Suey should have said you can do this from the phone. Raptor says, question is Daniela not working with Bigfoot Odyssey now? Heard something on a podcast. Are they making improvements over at Bullshit Odyssey? Bigfoot Odyssey. Yes, tell us which podcast. Yeah. Tell us which podcast. Let's see here. Try to do something over here. Don't mind me. Chad says, Raptor, spill the tea. Yeah, spill it. Spill it, Raptor. Daniel says, I wish I wasn't so backwoods. I am having a hard time catching up with the times. It's hard to learn all this computer stuff. Yeah. If you're not used to it, it takes a while. It's a whole different world. Raptor says it was on Bigfoot Odyssey in the live chats about a week ago, one of the videos. Overbelt says a $20 USB HDMI video capture card is nice. I got a few just to have them so I can save any video playing on screen. I reckon one can use OBS. You reckon? Okay, I reckon one can use OBS Studio also for recording. Yeah. Yeah, I've been calling it that more and more. There's Bullshit Odyssey, there's Hidden Exaggeration. Did I say that? So what's your thoughts on Todd Standing? Well, I don't know, man. Maybe he's made some legit observations, but dude, look, if you're into this, you do not ever purchase Gorilla Gloves. just a little bit of advice for you there. Don't purchase Gorilla Gloves. So much hate. Yeah. Well, what can I say? I don't like them. I don't trust them. I believe they're snakes in the grass. Go ask Harry why it is that, he'll ban the shit out of people in chat for slaying the slice thing wrong or asking the wrong question. But Zasky, with his pareidolia business, he can come on camera and drop F-bombs and it's no big deal. What's up with that? Just saying. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Overbell says, one good thing there are YouTube videos teaching stuff. Yeah. What about squelch talk, bro? What you got, huh? Squelch Talk. No, it's Squatch Talk. It's one of the best Bigfoot shows there is. Keeping it real. So many of them have a hard time keeping things real. Just entertaining any old bullshit. Yeah. Pat, he promotes you all the time. You're safe. No hate here, just opinion. Daily Dan Blog. I try to do at least one F-bomb on every video. Yeah, you gotta practice that. It's Oh man. So we're what time? It's 7:51. Now, the Central Florida Bigfoot bailing on us tonight? It doesn't appear so. It looks like he's set up and ready to go shortly. It says open topic night. Hopefully we'll have some guests tonight. Come by and see who drops by, if anyone. Open topic, a show about nothing. Should be fun at least. So as I told y'all before, I chose 68, so I wasn't overrunning on certain shows. I have to overrun on some. There's too many. If you look at the TV guide, it's getting a little thick out there. And but Central Florida Bigfoot was one of those I didn't want to overrun on, so that's why I picked Saturday 6 to 8, and because he starts at 8, that's Central Time for me. Just so everyone's aware, the TV guide's in Central Time, so you'll need to convert it. It'd be neat if there was some way, like if there was some way to set that thing up to where it converted to the time of the person viewing it. I'm sure with all this AI crap, they could pull that shit off these days. But Hobbs says Bigfoot Anon is one of the most genuine channels. Check it out. Dan Hobbs, no thank you. Lester, I was biting my tongue a little bit. He seems like a nice guy. But to be perfectly honest, some of the things he says is completely untrue. Sorry, Connor. But calls it as I see it. Yeah. Yep. Brandy says there is more than one Bigfoot Anon you learned today. Yeah. Overbuilt says I got banned once on his channel, but he restored me. If Danny Yeller left him, I can understand it, but I have no beef with him. Pat says, me and Lockbeard are buds. You need to come on open mic, bro. I might one of these times. I try getting on Moog show. Like, my internet's just... I can do this, I guess. I guess I've been coming through pretty decently. I mean, it looks to me on the replays the quality's a little lacking. Occasionally I get a little buffering, but when I tried to get on Moog show, man, it was a disaster. So once I get hopefully I get called about this job, and I got this job, and so I'll be moving, and I'll be getting some proper internet to do this stuff with. But right now I can't. It's weak. It's too weak. But yeah, you'll be on Pat's show tonight. Awesome. Lester Taylor says, guess I'll check out Squatch Talk. Yes, you should check out Squatch Talk, man. The way you've been talking here in chat, I think it's right up your alley. Like, they're not going to invite Matthew Johnson on. Just let him run. You know what I mean? They probably wouldn't invite him on at all, actually. Brandy says, I don't hate anyone, but if I don't like a person or support their channel, there is a damn good reason for it. I'm kind and fair and see through all bullshit and usually keep my opinion to myself. Yeah. Sean says, yeah, that would be fun, Pat. Whoops. The thing, chat's jumping on me. What is the link to his podcast? Matt's? Shoot, I'll just put it in the chat, man. Hold on a second. He hasn't started yet. Hold on a second. I'll just put there's that link. That's the link to Central Florida Bigfoot, and he's going to be starting in a few minutes. So we're going to be wrapping her up real quick. Central Florida Bigfoot, Rapture Blue, Central Florida. I disagree with Connor right now about a lot of things, mostly flat Earth crap. Me too. But we're friends. It's a debate. Yeah. Yeah. There's the link in chat, you guys, to Central Florida Bigfoot starting in a few minutes. Matt Overbelt says it's not flat Earth, guys. It's lump Earth. Raptor, you're killing me, bro. Last one there is a rotten egg. Yeah. So, yeah, thank you all for coming. So it sounds like I'm going to see a lot of you over at Central Florida Bigfoot in a few minutes. Thanks. Good night. Whoops, wrong one.